Hello, guys. What's going on? Yeah, sorry for a few minutes late. I know it's dreadful. It's terrible. But what are you going to do? I see that YouTube has started, has already started pitting you all against each other for my favor, baked into the algorithm here, interestingly. I don't know what determines this XP, but Hoops has it. Then Janny, then Blissy, then Danny, then support of all people. Would you believe it? I don't know how it determines it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what determines who gets to be fan 1 through whatever number. It surely isn't down to the amount of comments, right? Well, it says that you all have the same XP. I'm looking here at your XP. And Hoops through to Danny all have 75. And then Eric is 5th now, but that used to be support like literally a second ago. So I don't know what determines these things. Yeah, apparently it's XP based. I had no idea. Now support's 5th again. I don't know what to tell you guys. I think it's personally down to who I think it's down to donations. I think that's probably what it is. So is that it? Super chats. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's wild. Right. Well, you know, guys, don't let the robots fool you, right? Do not donate unless you want to donate, okay? Don't allow this arbitrary nonsense, this invention. Don't allow it to sway your thinking one way or the other. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Jenny. No offense, Blissy. Yeah, quite right, support. Quite right, support. Yeah, no, I don't know what to tell you. Just you know, don't allow the robot to sway you, because apparently support's number 1 now. Support is apparently first now, so I think it's just going to cycle through whoever you guys are until one of you donates. That's okay, Hoops. That's okay. Look, I'd give you number 1 if I could, my dude. I'd give you number 1 if I could, but I can't. So, look, I don't know how support's number 1, so there must be something to do with the amount that 1 comments to. Danny's 3rd, Hoops is 2nd. Fuck knows. Fuck knows. But hey, you know. Hey guys, look, you're all number 2 to me. You're all number 2 to me. Yeah, now Blissy's gone. Now she's 4th again. You know? Oh, Ferry jumping in. There you go. And that pumps him to number 1. There you go. Well done, Ferry. You're number 1. Number 1. Well done, Ferry. He's done it. He's done it. He's only gone and bloody done it. Yeah, so there's a chapter out. Yeah, no, let's get to the chapter. When you're number 1, sure. Course front. Nice try. Nice try, Brand. It's not happening, kid. It's not happening. Alright. Maybe at the end of his pilgrimage. Perhaps then. Can you not hear the music? Can you guys not hear any music? Maybe turn it up. Can you hear it now? Alright, it was just down low. I don't know why. How do you get on the leaderboard? Live chat messages, super chats, and super stickers. Right, so... Right. I don't know. Ben's until people start dropping donations, it's going to just remain... Everybody's just going to swap around. Do gift memberships not count? That's obscene. Surely that's not true. No, that's surely not true. That's surely not true, guys. I like the gift memberships. I think they're the nicest way. don't know if they count or not towards it. Is there a limit to the number of points? Blah, blah, blah. I think that you can. I think that it does count, guys. I think that it does count. No, it doesn't. No, yeah, gift. Gift. Yeah, it does count. Yeah. So, gifted memberships do count. Follow a board like a good cult member. That's, you know what, Sarah? That's a really good message. That's a good message. That's a really good message, Sarah. You've earned yourself a rookie cookie. Log that one down for after the stream. All right, after the stream, I need to remember to award Sarah a rookie cookie for such a funny, and enjoyable line. There you go. What a ridiculous thing. No, seriously though, the whole leadership board thing is so, it's such a manipulation. I feel like they're only doing that because they get a cut. Like they just want to get you guys to donate so that you can get some arbitrary thing. Look, guys, I keep my own leaderboard and I don't share it with any of you. All right, I keep my own leaderboard and I'm not going to share it with any of you. So think about that. Yeah, it's really cringe. I don't like the leaderboard thing. I don't know if I can turn it off or not, but whatever. Whoever's number one, well done. Ferry, well done for being number one for now. You know? Yeah, chapter time. All right, support. Pushy. You know? Tier list. Yeah, that tier list, guys. There is a tier list. You just don't know who's where. Yeah. That's true, Nachan. That's true. Fair enough. You can't argue with that. You can't argue with that. Right. Okay, so insert Momo Mage. How good would that be if I swapped out one of the emojis with the Momo Mage? The Momo Mage one. Anyway, guys, right. So, last week, they finally got to the temple, but big surprise, the hammer's been taken. Been taken too. Been take 3 and this week's chapter felt very quick. It felt very short. Just generally speaking, it felt like it was over by the time that I started reading it. I don't know how many like panels were actually in it, whether it was less or not, or whether the momentum was just so high pace that it was just over by the time that I felt like we were getting into it. But it was a very quick chapter, and yeah, so I do think that there are really interesting stuff. Like there's some interesting stuff in here, and as we go, we'll obviously cover that. This guy is jacked, as you've seen in the thumbnail. He's jacked. I don't know what to tell you beyond that. You know, like I don't know what the chances of the frog being from Mr. Shrimp's planet are. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Look, I think that a lot of this upcoming content and this arc there's a lot of world building happening here. I think that we're gonna have to learn a little bit more about what's going on in the grander scheme of things, in order to better get comprehension of the plot, right? Because at the moment it's kind of, there's clearly things happening and there is clearly some degree of a struggle between various different powers that the gang are just kind of stepping into, right? Like stepping in between, you know? Junji Ito vibes. Yes, no, that's a really good point, Sarah, actually. It does have that kind of vibe to it, doesn't it? It's cool. Hi, Joel. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, guys, like talking about this in the Discord was pretty good. Just generally, it was really interesting to get people's live feedback as we went through the chapter. By the way, guys, if there's anybody here who isn't part of the Discord, Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member, and you can get access to the Discord. It's just there on my Patreon for free, and free is always good. It's the best place on the internet for Dandadan. That's what I've heard. That's what people have been saying. That's what people have been writing. I've read it on blogs, I've read it in papers, I've read it in magazines, and various different other things. So they wouldn't lie to you. The news would not lie to you. So go check it out if you want. If you don't, that's fine as well. I mean, we'd like to see you there. Anyway, 99% alike. No. Not 100%. Better than Twitter. Believe everything you hear and read. Always. It's very important. If I'm telling you it, then that means it's true. Stop thinking so much. And just listen, man. Then just listen, actually. Hear me. Okay? Anyway. More importantly. We have a chapter to go through. Right, we'll get to the stuff about Count Saint Germain, right? Because I've decided to. We'll get to that as we go. Oh, you're a news corporation? No, but we have a news channel, and we have paper boys. So think about that. Anyway, we open on them arriving at the secondary temple, where supposedly the Charlie Manson. Oh, my sunglasses. Don't think, just listen, man. You happy? Does that work? What do you think? I feel like we've reached a new point in our cult-like status now. Right? Yeah, Wayne. So basically, when this live stream is finished, it will be uploaded as an on-demand, a video on demand, and you'll be able to rewatch it there. You'll be able to rewatch it there, and it'll save all the comments and everything as well as it goes, so you'll be able to keep up with everything as well. Naturally, I've added the link to the chapter up here in the pinned comment, which you're more than welcome to utilize to follow the story as we go. They are illegal in the UK. They are illegal in the UK. Sadly. Anyway. Using VOD's government name. Yeah. That's the employee of the week right there. Anyway, they arrive at the temple. And they run in, and Vimola's doing kind of like a Naruto run as she goes in. So, obviously, as you guys recall, one of Saiko's... Alright, Jin, no worries. One of Saiko's previous trainees, apprentices, is... basically said that the hammer had been taken by some mysterious ninja. Hi, Kylan, what's good? And that's the guy who they're running with right now. As they're approaching and running up the stairs, Momo asks about the evil eye, i.e. Gigi, and they're leaving him in the taxi. They're leaving a lot of people behind here, because they'll need to get back to the shrine as soon as possible once they get the hammer back, and he's just kind of a hassle. I really like that he's just sat in the car sulking like a literal child, you know? The evil eye thing is something that I think it needs to get like a little bit more resolution soon. I think either that or he gets a bit more time on screen. Maybe it's been good seeing him for this arc. To be honest, it just feel like maybe progress has stagnated a little bit there since the Space Globalist arc. You know, especially because the kid inside and you see this in the because it's so relevant in the anime right now. He's not gone, right? They both share the same vessel, so I feel like a degree of kind of like individuating the two of them into one character, or rather for them to have a bit of a, maybe a little bit more of a communication, right? Gigi and the Eye haven't really communicated properly since the first time that they communicated. Yeah, they're just benching Gigi. I guess that makes sense. I feel like Vimola's gonna have to have a moment here as well to get good, right? Like, she's kind of, the fact that she's going at all means that she needs to kind of like step it up a little, because she's a bit of a liability. I get that she plugged the aeroplane and stuff, but she has been a bit of a liability recently. Anyway, of a moment, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. You know. Yeah, that's the thing, support. I'm also a bit curious about exactly where Gigi ends and where the evil eye begins to some degree, right? Yeah, it just feels like that's Gigi's whole thing was providing like very deep empathy towards this child that didn't get the opportunity to play, and it kind of feels like that whole thing has kind of stopped. You know, and I thought that was so important to Gigi's arc and his characterization as more than just some dum-dum, that it feels like maybe it's not being used to its maximum potential. I presume something's going to happen soon, right? That's a good point, Brand. Psycho has not seen Vimola fight, so she just kind of thinks she's some kid, essentially. Anyway, they're running up the in this building, and yeah, obviously it's a frenzy, right? And Psycho's wanting to get through this as quick as possible so they can get back to the shrine before the Hour of the Ox ends, because as we all know by now, when the Hour of the Ox is over, they're gonna have to wait for the next one, and Momo will have disappeared from memory by this point, right? As she's shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. Hi, AG. Yeah, so it's basically move it or lose it. This is your one shot to get this right. Momo's like, shit, hurry. Shit, hurry. Like, you know this already, Momo. What the hell? What are you waiting? What do you mean, shit, hurry? You should already know this. Right? Alright, Kevin. That's alright. Yeah, just make sure to... I don't want to do the whole YouTube thing, guys, but remember to hit that bell. Alright? If you hit that bell, you'll get notifications for the channel. Alright? I don't want to have to be the guy to say it, but if you do it, you will. You know? And if you don't want to smash that bell button, then join the Discord. Join the Discord. Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member, and it'll get you access to my Discord. From there, friends, you will be able to get constant access to what I'm getting up with and what the channel has to offer. Much more personal experience than some stinky subscription box on a stinky YouTube channel. Ew. Smelly. Tesco CSG. I like that. Yeah. Rink is in the description, exactly. I know Tesco CSG is very good. Anyway, they're following this dorkwad, right? This jerk. Yeah. Yes, I make bold decisions. You know, that's what we're all about here. And if you're not ready for that, if you can't cope with people making the big choices around here, then stand aside. All right, make way for those of us who can. You might have just brain celled with me, yes. Why did he not? No, he should have. I think that it was great that he did that. Good for him for drawing him super naked. I don't know why you did it, but it was awesome. Good for you, bro. Anyway, they're following this guy, and he's on his phone. I always forget, right? I always forget that mobile phones are just like, because nobody uses them in the gang, really, right? Nobody really uses them in the gang. So, what do I mean by what? What did I say? Illustrate to me what it is that I said. I say a lot of things. Anyway, he's on his phone, right? And I forget that that phones are in this, because everybody's phones are just destroyed 24/7, right? Yeah, he's checking the Discord. I do that all the time. What he's doing right now, I do that all the time as well. I'll just be making dinner. I'll be like, oh, what's going on in the Discord? And by the way, guys, if you want to also dedicate the majority of your life to Discord as well, Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member, and it will get you access to my Discord. It's the best place on the internet for Dandadan. It's just a straight up, that's a fact. There's lots of other things going on there as well. Like, we have incredible artists and theories, and we talk about the chapters and episodes as they come out. Guys, I don't know why you're not already there. I don't know why you're listening to me right now. Go join the Discord. Patreon link in the description. Anyway, they're following him into the building, and yeah, something is not right here, right? Something doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Something really doesn't feel right. When I was reading it at this point, something just didn't feel right. Like, the fact that he's like, oh, it's crazy that this place is so hidden away. Why would they even be here? It's like, that's a bloody good question, actually. Why would they be? Right? It's not much of a fortress. There's no one there. You know? Yeah. You can't hear Momo either. That's a good point. Also, when Momo's talking about the hammer, the little image, the little picture that shows up in her little bubble, it reminds me of like food in Monster Hunter. You know? Like, you know, the meat that you cook in Monster Hunter? It looks like that. Anyway. Anyway, they're talking about the hammer, and Momo's kind of like, yeah, this is really like, this is kind of fucked up. Like, what are we doing here? Why would it be in a major tourist attraction? Good question as well, right? Oh look, there it is. It's the hammer. There it is. It's the hammer. I can't believe it. You found the hammer, Blissy. That's incredible. Yeah, that is what it looks like. That is what it looks like. Here. Where is it? Where's my display? Where's my display capture? It's not working. Ruh-roh. It's supposed to work. I don't know. That's not a good sign. Anyway, yeah, I was just going to show you a picture of the visualization, but for some reason it decided nay. Why is it actually not working? What's the deal with that? Oh, there you go. Look, here. See? It looks just like that. It looks just like that, guys. Anyway. Please don't copyright strike me, please. Please, it's fair use. It was mentioned in Superman. Cool, I'm planning on watching Superman. I like what I've heard about it. I don't know, maybe. I mean, there's lots of... Obviously, I know Tatsu took one of the breaks because he was doing a lot of research regarding this arc. I can only presume that he is, you know, examining the relevant mythology in order to better craft the story in a way that's respective of the location. But anyway, Saiko and Momo are starting to kind of like pick up on the fact that something ain't right. I mean, obviously Vamola has kind of got like no, you know, empty head, kind of like empty head, right? And Saiko basically indicates that there's somebody else here, right? And some ninja, one of the ninjas from Batman Begins jumps up behind that guy whose name I don't know, and he puts a knife up to his throat, right? I mean, after all of that, this did start to feel really suspicious immediately. I don't know about you guys. I'm sorry about the ads, Monado. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, Turbo Granny hasn't been gone that long inside of the manga. Empty head for empty space. Yeah, true. She hasn't been gone that long in the manga, I guess, but for us, it feels like it's been an eternity, right? When did she leave? At this point, it was like the beginning of the year. It's been like half a year since she went, right? I mean, like, as long as the community. Oh, there you go. No, there's another one, actually. There's another one for you guys. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something new, guys. I'm going to teach you a new way to look at the world. We haven't had a chapter with Turbo Granny in it. We've had the Omaki. But as a community, we've not had a chapter with Turbo Granny in it. As a community, we've never witnessed Turbo Granny. So think about that. The closest we've got is that latest Omaki. Oh no. Oh no. We've never experienced new Turbo Granny content together. That's crazy. That's crazy, guys. Yeah, I know. Oh man. I didn't want to say that. I didn't even want to say it, but like I felt like I needed to tell you that. Repeat that. What do you mean? I will repeat it for you. As a community, we have never had a Turbo Granny chapter. We've never had a chapter as a community with Turbo Granny in it. I don't know what to tell you. Well, if I have to think of it, if it has to be in here, then you'd deserve to think about it as well. You know? She'll come back soon. I have no doubt about it, guys, but I don't... Right, everybody's upset now. Alright, okay. Yikes. Yikes, guys. Guys, come on. I'm just kidding. I mean, it's true. It's true. We've never had Momo and Okarun together. We've never had Momo and Okarun together. And we've never seen Turbo Granny as a community. We got Manjiro. We got Manjiro before we got Turbo Granny. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. We got Hase before we got Turbo Granny. No. No. Stop it. Tell him. Tell him. It's true. Sorry, guys. I can't believe you've done this. Anyway, don't hate me. It is quite fun, to be fair, Ferric. No, don't leave, Danny. Come on, stay. Stay. We've not finished the chapter yet. See how you feel when we get to the end of the chapter. Alright? Okay? Anyway, he's gonna kill this guy, and he's like, and the ninja's like, don't move. Don't move, because if you do, we'll kill this dude. This guy who you don't love. Right? It is a little fun, Jenny. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry. If you were in my position, you'd do the same. If you were in my position, you'd do the same. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Anyway, there's a really cool double panel here. I mean, it is quite the person who is behind this, right? The person who is behind this entire situation clearly has designed this situation to trick them, right? Like this is how you know that they, because obviously CSG or Sanjome, right? Earlier was all like kind of like, oh, you know, like it's by exploiting their friendships and their bonds and stuff that you're able to get them to surrender their powers, right? This situation has been designed to extract from them that desire to surrender, so that whoever it is can take their powers, right? So this was a concerted effort to try to trick them in order to take their powers from them, which is really messed up, man. You know? No, you wouldn't, Fairy. If you were in my position, you would be corrupted by the power. The minor power. You know? But he wants them to yield, right? And this situation has been designed to try to get them to yield. At a certain point, we're going to need to know more about what's happening in the background. Because things are... I feel like we're at the whim of the plot here, rather than actually aware of it. Which is fine, because it's a mystery. But eventually we're going to have to learn what the hell is happening. And what for. Right? But yes. The ninja thief is multiple. There are multiple ninjas, which is great because that means that they're weaker. That the ninjas are weaker now, right? Vamola just straight up just hits out with a "Hey, you stop it," and you know I kind of thought that would be enough. I thought that would do it as well. She tried, god damn it. You can't deny the fact that she was giving it her best shot with that, but it alas did not work for some reason. She told us to stop. Should we stop? Yeah, probably best to. I feel like that's a new Vamnola. Whoever makes that Vamnola, by the way, first can get themselves a rookie cookie out of the jar. Whoever can make that into a Vamnola and come up with a good name for it as well. You know? Maybe like a Vamwola, that kind of thing. But she's mustering all of her understanding of the language in order to say that. So I respect it. You know, it is respectable. Vam, oh. Oh, hell nah. Vam, oh, hell nah. Nah, I'll accept. But anyway. I don't know. Like, that's a good question, actually, Jenny. Maybe. But it's your job. Look, I can't do all the work for you. You want the rookie cookie out the jar, go figure out a good name for it as well, you know? Enjoy. Anyway. The ninja's all like, accept your defeat, idiot, and then we'll let you live. And yeah, there's something not right about this. So Momo immediately jumps into action to try to grab the blade with her powers so that Saiko can take them down. But then Saiko's like, she catches on to what's happening, right? Like she knows what's going down, and this was all one big trick. The hammer was never stolen. It's back at the shrine, and they can perform the ritual, which is the worst, by the way, because we were just there. We were just there, man. Like, they didn't check. If you guys had just checked, if you'd gone into the shrine, if you guys had just gone into the shrine and just been like, yeah, all right, just, I need to just make sure. All right, yeah, no, it is there, actually. You probably just missed it. But we were just there. We could have had it. You know? Yeah, but yes, so essentially this priest is not a priest, and finally Saiko is able to see through the act. She's very perceptive, right? And I understand that her perception generally is diminished at the moment, but she's still incredibly perceptive. And she tells them to drop the farce. because it ain't working, and she knows that he's an enemy. And then he's all like, "Oh hell, oh rats, you got me." You know what, Jenny? I think that this is his power. I think that these ninjas are his power, or either that, or it's the power of that frog guy. It must be that frog guy's power, because that ninja just disappears into smoke, and we see him. And right, okay, so he looks a lot like CSG, and now I'm inclined to believe, guys, I'm inclined to believe that CSG and Sanjome are not the same person. I don't think that they are the same people. Like, this guy looks too much like them, right? Maybe they're just a bunch of clones, man, right? Maybe they're just a bunch of clones. They're talking about Serponians, right? The Serpos, and they obviously are clones, like cloners. That's their whole bag, isn't it? No, they do look very similar. So it's just another anime pretty boy. Do you think there's like an alien species of anime pretty boys out there? Look, I think clones would be a bit of a lame answer, if I'm completely honest with you, but they look very similar. Let me just get a picture up of CSG. They are very similar looking. Like, the hair length isn't the same, but they've... And you're right about the eyelashes, but it's not far off. Where's Sanjome? Oh, they do have the same eyelashes, to be fair. What, are they just brothers, do you think? Went to the barbers. The golem. I don't know, that's a good point, actually. I'm like... I feel like it's odd. It's very odd that they decided to make him look like that. Either that, or they're somehow related to each other, right? But he did do his best work on CSG. I'm looking at the image of Count Saint Germain for the artwork from the volume cover. He's a very pretty boy. Look at him. Look at his eyelashes. He's such like an anime guy. What the hell? I feel like Dandadan is not like Hermione. Oh my god. It's Hugo. They keep him in the attic and feed him fish heads. I feel like Dandadan is not a super anime looking thing, right? Like unless he's in his yokai form, Okurun does not look like an anime protagonist kind of guy, right? And Momo isn't really super, like, you know what I mean? This guy is the most he's like out of a different anime, this guy, right? He looks like he belongs in some different show. He looks like a completely different guy. Okay, support. Calm down. He doesn't look like your Naruto. Father and son, and Kinta is the mom. Well, that's cursed. That's a cursed, rotten thing to hear. That is a rotten thing to read. I wish that you didn't type that. I wish that you didn't type that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? CSG couldn't pull off the fringe. That's true. That's true. I just feel like every single chapter at this point every single chapter is just a bigger mystery, right? It feels like more and more mysteries just keep getting layered on top. Like, I'm not inclined to believe that CSG was working with the Serpos, really, was he? Was he? Is that the thing? Right? Who, like, I'm so, there's things happening. There are things happening all around us at this point, right? And it's really hard to know exactly who's with who and what's happening, because I feel like we're kind of at the bottom. It's like looking up at the mountain, right? And until we get to the peak, I don't know that we're going to be able to know exactly where anybody lies, right? Yeah. Maybe he's like his. Maybe they are brothers. Maybe they are brothers, and they've got some rivalry going on. I don't know. Because this guy looks a lot angrier than CSG, right? Maybe they're twins. Maybe they've got like a Devil May Cry thing going on. They're just twins. Counter-Strike Go? No, you've ruined his name. Counter-Strike Go. Oh my god. Maybe they're twin brothers. They're twin brothers, and they are in conflict with each other. I love Momo's reaction. Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, I feel like CSG's got more Virgil vibes. He's literally got the sword. Yeah. CSG would be Virgil because he's got the sword, right? He's got the Yamato. He's got the Yamato. This guy would be Dante. Clones CSG, so he multiplies it once and they reform later with their memories combined. Oh, right, like the Shadow Clone no Jutsu. Which is that, by the way. That's the Shadow Clone no Jutsu sign, the hand sign, if any of you wanted to know. Alright? This is building chakra. Alright? And that's the Shadow Clone no Jutsu. So, if you see that in there, shut up! Someone time her out! Time her out! That's really rude that you just said that. There you go. See, Sarah just confirmed it. This is why you got knocked off of the leaderboard. Blessy. I can't even see. You're 21 now. 21. Oh my god. Whatever. Oh my god. That's crazy. That's crazy that you're 21. Alright, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Sorry. The leaderboard thing. Right, okay, just so that we can quickly clarify this, right? The leaderboard thing, I don't want you guys to feel like you need to use it in any way, shape, or form. It shouldn't be a factor. But the fact that it's there means I will be referring to it from now on. Now, when I use it to refer to things, please don't think that I'm using it in a way where it's like, oh, I want you guys to use it. I'm just going to use it because it's incredibly funny to me to be able to judge you on a very clear quantitative scale, right? I'm sorry, but I ain't sorry. Alright, it's there now. We're just gonna get used to it. Thanks for reacting at that support. That's a real number 3 leaderboard thing to do. Well done. I appreciate all of these theories that everybody's throwing out there, right? I'm very excited for most of them to be proven incorrect. But I enjoy reading them. I do. I'm just concerned that like none of this makes sense to us at this point. I really hope the explanation is worth it. I really hope the explanation is worth it, because Dandadan hasn't really done anything this convoluted yet, right? Because this is very convoluted for Dandadan. Dandadan is not a very complicated story. Like, it's not been a complicated story up until this, right? Like, yeah, is this to do with the Illuminati symbol? Is that what you're referring to? Yeah, guys, by the way, there's incredible theories going on in the, just generally in the Discord. Now, if you want to join the Discord, if any of you aren't on there, Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member. That's free. So it's free, and free is always good. And you'll be able to get access to the Discord link. Then you can join the Discord, chat to all these crazy cats over there. There. It's there on my screen, but it might be there on yours. I don't know how you've got your thing set up, but yes, yeah, it's pretty good over there. Everybody's very kind, and they're always coming up with amazing Dandadan stuff. It's the best place on the internet for Dandadan, actually. That's what I was reading the other day. I was just sat down with me coffee in the morning, reading through local papers, and there it bloody was. It said Discord, safety's on Rookie, Discord, best place on the internet for Dandadan. I was like, bloody hell, I'm going to join there. You can do a bloody shrug there and all now, can't you? Yeah, too bloody right. Anyway, best place on the internet for Dandadan, guys. Check it out if you want to, or don't. That's very kind of you, Ben. That's very kind of you. That's a big accent gets thicker the longer he talks. Yeah, he's bloody right and all. Yeah. Do bloody right. This ribbits. Tarantado, I appreciate what you do. I appreciate your thing, alright? I appreciate your thing. You're coming up with some good stuff. Anyway, so as he transforms out of his like dorky kind of like It is actually interesting because Psycho did say last chapter that she trained this guy, right? Right? Did she say that? When did she say that? I thought that she said that, or somebody... Am I missing something? Or am I confusing that with the Queen Sensei thing? No. Alright, yeah, I'm confusing that with the Queen Sensei thing. Yes, because Queen Sensei brought a student to Manjiro for an exorcism. That was it. My mistake. My mistake, guys. They happen very rarely. Very rarely. According to me, Blissy's number 3 now. Until some of you guys start dropping donations, it's just the leaderboard's going to be all mixed up. Alright? But obviously don't feel like you need to do that because of a stupid leaderboard. I'm just saying that's the difference, right? You say skill issue. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the whole Illuminati symbol, guys, but we'll figure it out. XP. I despise the whole XP thing. It's like, what if we make it sound like it's a game, right? Yeah, why not? But anyway, I like the way that no, I genuinely don't, guys. Like, one thing that's really important, everybody, is if you spend money on the channel, guys, make sure A, you can afford to do it. I don't want to hear any of you guys can't afford to do it and you're dropping money on the channel. That's big no. Look after yourselves. It's really important. And number 2, it's always optional. Always optional. There's always going to be a few bits and pieces that I am able to put aside and work on for the Yokai tiers and the Dandadan tiers. But those are fully optional, and the only reason they'd ever exist in the first place is because of the financial support that could justify the time spent on it. So that's why those go to the higher tiers. But besides that, everybody, never feel pressured to do anything like that. All right, monetary stuff is an optional thing here, genuinely. You know, don't listen to Ferry just because he's number 1 on the leaderboard. Leaderboard, it's so stupid. Anyway, I love the way that Momo reacts here because she's all like, yeah, a whole ass pervert. A whole ass pervert just appeared, by the way. Like, what the hell? A whole pervert. Not half of an ass pervert. A whole ass pervert just appeared. And Psycho is confused at the fact that she had been completely fooled because this isn't a priest or anything of the kind. And the hammer was never stolen. I presume that whoever this individual is, right? Whoever this individual is also has the capacity to mess with people's kind of perceptions, right? And the fact that she's already in a kind of like deteriorated state because of all the drugs and stuff, I can only presume that you know, he has that capacity in him. We're gonna have to learn more about these guys, right? Yeah, I would not listen to the Danda wiki about this. It literally was just introduced today. It was introduced today. They don't know anything that we don't know. I mean, a yokai or a cryptid. It's more likely to be a cryptid, I feel. Right? It feels like it's more likely to be a cryptid than it is to be a thingy. He kept his eyes closed until Psycho found out he's not a priest. That's interesting. That's actually a really good point, Gianni. That is actually a really good point. I didn't even realize that. He had his eyes closed in all the panels, didn't he? That's wild. I mean, I do think that there has to be some degree of a history going on around these parts, right? There has to be some degree of a history happening here. You know, I mean, it's not an accident either that we've kind of also been informed with, we've also been informed regarding the fact that there is like a psychic kind of like culture, right? Like a group. Anyway, turns out that they got lured into their territory with the aim of stealing their powers. I mean, to be fair, yeah, his evil eyeliner, yeah. Maybe, but I do think that there is a... His eyes are very distinct as well, right? Like... Perhaps it's just a stylistic choice, I suppose. Still, it's interesting. Maybe it's because, you know what it is? You know what it is? It's because these guys don't know how to not be pissed off. Their eyes are always so angry. They can only wear scowls. So he was just like, I've been like, you know, he's like in the mirror. He's in the mirror all night, and he's just like, I just can't make myself not look pissed off all the time. It makes me look really evil. So I'm just going to keep my eyes closed. I'm just going to keep them closed, and we'll see how I get on. All right? And if it doesn't work, we'll just fight them. Okay? Yeah, resting villain face. That's a good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it. Anyway, this stupid idiot fucking frog. He's all like, what do we do? We've been found out. Wouldn't it be easier to just kill them and hand them over to the Serpos? And he's like, duh, I'm an idiot. I'm a moron frog. Look at him. He's so ugly. Bro, as if you look like that. Dude, you're ugly. His eyes, disgusting. Oh my god. So ugly. Rango frog. Yeah. Karma chameleon. Right, so he is a chameleon then. Because he's able to, and must be like something to do with the fact that he can like transform, right? It feels like that's more likely, is that it is related to the fact that he can transform. Yeah, I think that because it's kind of like he's blending in, isn't it? It's like he can create his own crowd and he can turn into them, right? So he must be a chameleon. Yeah. It looks like his tail is tucked up the back of his robe. He's ugly. That's all I know. All I know is that he's ugly as hell. Right? He's Rango. Yeah, I'm done with frogs. Oh my god. Anyway, whoever this mystery individual is, he's like, nah, that'll be way too much effort. So I decided to just do this whole song and dance instead because it seemed like it'll be way easier. And the frog's like, it's not my fault. And they're blaming each other already, right? Momo is spot on here when she calls it ick. That's how I feel as well. It's so goddamn ick, right? Right? See, yeah, I thought it was a frog as well, but I didn't really examine it a lot. But it does appear to be a chameleon, right? Or just frogs, I suppose. I suppose it could be. But anyway, so Psycho really wants them to just leave and go for the taxi, knowing full well that she can't win in this fight, but she wants to look after Momo, which is really sweet, right? And it's a, you know, it's very consistent with her character, right? Like she's got a tendency, and this is what my favorite thing about Psycho, I think, you know, besides the obvious, is that she always tries to carry the burdens. She always tries to carry the burdens of the kids because that's her role as an adult, right? Like that's her whole thing in the Evil Eye arc, which we're gonna be seeing very soon in the anime. Is that she wants to kind of like let them be kids and to have that kind of like hope inside of them that they can actually make a difference and that all the responsibilities of the world are something that she should be the one to carry, and this is that as well, right? Yeah, besides the obvious, don't make me spell it out, but we're all grown-ups here, we're all on the leaderboard here, all right? Okay, I don't need to explain it, you should know. You're a grown-up support. Yeah, I'm talking about her hair, obviously. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, she's not doing so well right now, to be honest. Yeah, I think it is also important that Vamola gets an opportunity to fight as well. She's kind of just been like, I mean, she literally was just a boulder in the last one, right? She was literally just a boulder in the last one where she just kind of sat there and let sharks bite her in the back. Right. Are you not a grown-up, Ben? How old are you? I know that there are some... Jesus. Babies. You can't be on the leaderboard if you're not a grown-up. Them's the rules. Yeah, I mean, well, I feel like they bit her in the butt, Skilly B. You're quite right. I feel like when Vermola was first added, she was just really cutesy, and stuff. But she does need to kind of pull her weight, especially because like I presume she's gonna have a big role when people like her own species come back, right? Oh my god, yeah, you're right. This is the same day for her, isn't it? That's a good point, Blissey. This is the same day. Oh my god. Oh my god. She got the shit kicked out of her that lunch. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I've been pretty straightforward about what I think my presumed headcanon of future events is, right? I've said it in like 7 different streams at this point, but I think that that Okarun will be in some way incapacitated or captured, and Momo will have to surrender her powers in order to save Okarun, which will serve both as a confession of sorts, and as a way for the threat of the Kazuka knives to be real, right? I mean, that's my presumption, but we'll see, right? Somebody has to lose their powers, you know? Somebody has to lose their powers at this point. It's the only thing that makes sense. I don't think it would be Psycho because her powers are pretty undefined already. They're very unclear. Vermola doesn't really have any powers. The evil eye is Gigi's powers, and that's already really complicated because it's a whole ass person, right? The evil eye is a completely different person inside of him. So that feels like it's too complicated to be the thing that gets taken away. And the Okarun doesn't have any powers. He's not going to get his powers back just to lose them. Ida is out of the fight. She's in the hospital because she got absolutely wailed on. Who's left? Rin? Not in a bad way, but it's like I don't think people really care that much about Rin's powers specifically, and that's complicated because of Mai, right? Mai's a very complicated thing. It doesn't really, because that adds to that kind of like, well, what happens to Mai in that situation, right? Because presumably that's her powers. I just don't think that any of the other ones fit the bill other than Momo. If any of them are going to lose their powers, it has to be Momo, because that's the powers they're after, right? And I don't know. Like maybe she loses her powers. Maybe she loses her powers and it's in the knife, right? And that's when Turbo Granny returns, and then they have to fight to kind of like get the knife back, right? And then you potentially have a really cool moment where Turbo Granny and Okarun, in my mind, in my desires, my dreams, right? There's a situation where Turbo Granny somehow manages to split her powers between her and Okarun, and they fight CSG or this guy or whatever. But like, it's very possible that the knife could just contain her powers and maybe they get it back, or maybe they don't get it back. I don't know, right? But I just think that these are all really good moments. These are all really good moments that could happen. And I'm quite attached to them, to the point where if they don't happen, just close up shop, folks. You know, delete the channel, we'll go through all the live streams, find out the instances where I said it, and we'll delete those. We'll just clip all of those out of all the previous streams, alright? I'm just going to have to turn it into a fan fiction. That's it. There's nothing else to be done. There's nothing else to be said at that point. Like, my credibility's down the toilet in that situation, but I'm quite attached to these theories. Damn it. Yeah, exactly. I just think that someone needs to sacrifice their powers for the threat of it to be real. It makes the most sense for it to be Momo. And it would also be a really nice moment for Turbo Granny to show up to try to get her powers back or whatever. And I think that she does have an attachment specifically for Momo. I think she has an attachment specifically to Momo. So I can't help but feel that that would be a really good opportunity for her to demonstrate that, right? And you know, I don't know. It's interesting. Maybe, yeah, it could be. I think that these are all opportunities for them to demonstrate people's feelings, people's emotions in a way that is through action, right? Rather than just words. And Dandadan is very much attached to the idea of physicality and expression through action and things like that. Rather than just saying it, they show it. And I think that the best way for Momo to express her vulnerability, the best way for Momo to express her vulnerability is to literally, physically become a more vulnerable person by giving up the thing that empowers her. She's literally depowering. So to me, that just goes hand in hand thematically and emotionally with the actual physical act of giving up the powers for somebody that she cares about. You know, so in itself, it's already a confession, right? If the powers are worth so much and such a core part of her, surrendering that is like giving up a part of her, right? And depowering and becoming I never got back to it though. I wrote like a tiny bit and I never got back to it because of the channel. It's your fault, guys. I never got back to it. I just, you know, maybe I'll get back to it eventually. I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time for it to be relevant. In a couple of weeks, it'll be Jovo. It'll be too late for me to get back to it. You know. Yeah, I know. It's better for me to just write the videos. All right. I can't do both at the same time, guys. Like, I've got a bunch of different things I really want to work on just now while the series is being released. And I think that they're really good ideas. I just need to be able to... I need time, man. That's the most valuable resource. Is time. And I have so little of it, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. I feel like it's impossible. It's impossible. Like I could get a piece of content done like that. The OP video. I could get that done like that. Really, I got it done in about 15 to 20 hours, all in. Right. That was a lot of work, but quite a quick turnaround on a piece of content I'm really, really proud of. I just don't have 20 hours like to just spend on it. It's frustrating. It's incredibly frustrating because oh my god, you know what I mean? Like, it's in here right now. I can't even tell you because I don't want to say it unless the video is actually there, because it might be a better idea up here than on paper and in video format. Which is, but then you see other channels as well. You see other channels that are producing content constantly, and obviously my content is very different to their content. Not in like that's not a judgment call on quality. It's just that it's different. But they can pump it out because they have more time on their hands, or like if they do that like as an actual job, they can afford to do that, right? But I can guarantee all of you that every opportunity that I get to make content, I'm doing it. You know, it's just so frustrating not having the time to just sit and work on it, right? Because you have real life responsibilities as well, which is the worst. It's like Persona. You know how you can only do 2 things in a day? It's like that. You know? I'm glad that you enjoyed the Okrun video, AG. You know? I'm glad that you enjoyed that. Yeah, it's frustrating, AG, for sure. But it's life. I mean, it's not a uniquely me. It's not a uniquely me situation. Everybody has these same frustrations in life. You know? It just takes time to get stuff done, and that's the sad reality of it. But I'm gonna start some stuff ASAP. And who knows, maybe I could get something out for Saturday. If I'm able to sit down and get it done. Depending on how writing goes, right? I find that if I'm working on a piece of content that's a bit more restricted, or I've got a very strong passion towards doing it now, it'll get done quickly. That OP one, all the points that needed to be written were in my head from the get-go. Like, they were just juggling around in there for days for a day, the whole day. I was working and I was thinking about it. A lot of those, in fact, if you watch that stream, if you watch the first episode stream that I did, I talk about the OP in a lot of depth, and that's where I started to formulate most of the ideas for what eventually became the video, because it was just juggling around in my mind from there. And I tend to speak, and through speaking, Catchy Hoops, I tend to speak, and through talking about a topic or an idea is how I tend to conceptualize it better, right? And how I tend to kind of actualize it. So the streams are very useful in that regard. Yeah. So, but it also means that I can only really put together the content post episode, right? I suspect that other channels are putting out content to come out the day after the episode, which is fine, but you can only compare yourself to yourself, right? But it is frustrating. Point is that there is content being made in the background, and I'm trying to get it out as quick as I can whilst retaining quality. But we'll see, you know. Yeah, no, I hear you, Caswell. I hear you, Caswell. I think that it's going to be really interesting to see the relationship progress in a more advanced manner, right? Like in a kind of more grown up manner. I think that that's the kind of thing that they've grown together so much already just by being friends, that seeing them in that situation, in that relationship dynamic, is going to be really engaging, because you're going to see them grow in ways that neither of them could have possibly anticipated before, which is the whole point that we're here for, right, guys? That's like the main thing, the main draw. I mean, this series is fantastic, right? Like, there is no other series that's grasped me like this in my life. When it comes to anything like anime or whatever, I've never really cared that much. This is the only one that I feel a deep kind of like engagement with, you know. Like making the content and stuff is me, right? I'm not just doing it for the fact that that's like the audience expects that content. It's the content I want to write, you know. Because of the fact that this is incredibly important to me. Like, it's content that I find I want to make. Thank you, Toaster. Thank you, Toaster, by the way. No, I appreciate that, old Toaster. There have been times where I've pushed myself too much, but I'm not too concerned about it just now. When it comes to the point where I am pushing myself too much, I make an executive decision to just slow it down a little. So I'm kind of trying to keep it all within perspective. But the shorter videos, quite quick to write typically, and not very hard to edit either, especially because there's anime content out. It speeds the whole thing up. The manga chapters are a nightmare because you have to get the panels, you have to get all the panels, and you have to put them on the screen. You have to edit those so that they're the right shape and size and give them animations across the screen, and then a bunch of different effects and drop shadows to keep that interesting visually for people watching. It's a nightmare. It takes forever to do. I'm dreading doing the Space Globalist arc retold. Dreading it to the point where I'm putting it off, but I'll get to it. The stuff like the OP, it was not so bad because I could actually just take my time with the actual episodes and just use those instead as the B-roll and the visuals instead. So it's a little easier. You know, it does a lot of the heavy lifting for me. But I appreciate the concern. Thank you very much. Thank you. Comic Sans. Yeah, no, you're right. You got me, Caswell. That's the secret. Thank you, Tuma. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you enjoy the streams. The streams are something that I took a chance on. So the fact that people engage with them and enjoy them is very meaningful to me. It genuinely is very meaningful to me. Because I was very not confident with it. I was definitely underconfident with the streams when we first started. But now look at where we are. Now look at where we are. I don't care. Also, look, we've got stuff in the background now. Could you imagine it? He used papyrus. He made it bold. Alright, AG, catch you. Catch you. Anyway, back to the chapter. That got into a tangent. That turned into a tangent, guys. That turned into a real tangent. Anyway, Psycho then basically tells them to run for the taxi, essentially. Because she wants them to just go deal with it. And Momo says that she wants to fight as well because Psycho can't take all of them on her own. But she says that they can't wait any longer because they need to lift the curse right now. Or else there's they're going to have no time to do it, right? And yeah, I was happy to find those. I'm glad, Caswell. Every Monday at 9:30 UK time, and whatever it is that your local time is for that, 9:30 UK time, and then on a Thursday 9:30 as well, at least for the duration of the anime, I'm gonna be here doing this. And yeah, so please do show up, and yeah, we can hang out. You know, we can continue hanging out. Yeah, no, the hammer is still at the ritual site. It also makes me think that the ritual can't be that confusing. Yes, Caswell, that's a good point, Blissy. My Patreon link is in the description. You can join as a free member, and it'll get you access to the Discord. It's great over there. It's incredible. Like it's become quite a community there now, and it'll be great if you wanted to join. A lot of us never really used Discord before. Now we use it every day, and it's great. It genuinely is great. It's amazing over there. Some very funny people and very intelligent people putting very engaging content into the community, and amazing art as well. I've got some really cool stuff coming up, guys. I'm working on some really cool stuff. I wish I could tell you more about it, but people in the Discord will be the first ones to see it. So if you want to keep up the channel and everything that's going on over here, that's the place to be. I'm telling you. Like, for real, I've got some good stuff I'm working on just now. Yeah. It's okay, Caswell. No worries. Even if you join, there's no obligation to engage constantly. You are more than welcome to lurk as well. A lot of people in the channel are also more so lurkers than they are chatters. But it's not huge. It's not a huge channel. There's just a few of us. There's like 100 and something of us now, which is quite a nice little area. I think we curate it carefully to make sure that that everybody there is kind and charitable. I like to think that we're a very charitable community. I think that everybody likes to give everybody a chance and space to speak, and we really do, at least as on a community scale, care about everybody having a great experience over there. But no pressure, no pressure. Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member, and that will get you access to the Discord link. But otherwise, you are more than welcome to be here every week. I'm gonna be here every week, so if you want to be here every week, I'm fine with that. Please do be. Please do be do. Anyway, Psycho starts kicking the ninjas and tells Vamola to just run through them, and she does. She doesn't turn into her kaiju form. I don't know why, but that's fine. And then does the chameleon turn into? He turns into wooden panels to block Vamola from running away. And then all the ninjas start jumping out of various different hidey holes. It's crazy. This is going to be pretty wild, to be fair, when it's animated in like 7 years. Oh my god. No. Oh, it's going to be forever until we see this. Guys, we're in it for the long haul here, alright? Okay, guys, this is what you need to know. We're in it for the long haul. This whole Dandadan thing, we could be here for the next 10 years. Alright, so buckle up, okay? Buckle up, Buttercup, because we're going to be here for a while. Alright, Tarantado, catch ya. 25. That's crazy. I'll be like 40. That's fine. That's fine. That's if we're all still hanging out here. This is a long way in the future, you know. Yeah. I think that you're probably right about the buying time thing, right? I mean, they want the powers. That's all they care about. But yeah. Anyway, at the same time, the floor opens, or the wall opens, or something, and no, it's the floor. And then Vamola falls, and Momo does like a huge dive, to grab Vamola, and just like that, Saiko is alone. And she's with that guy. And that's it. And he does bow. I don't know, man. There's clearly something here that's like the fact that he's bowing is yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting for sure. I don't really know what to even say at this point about it, to be honest. We just need to keep going, I think, at this point, until we actually get some proper comprehension of what's going on, because it's very confusing. We know almost nothing. Yeah, like a samurai thing, like an honor thing. I mean, the samurai code is that you always face your opponent and treat them with respect prior to the battle. You don't stab them in the back, that kind of thing. And there's clearly something like this in here, with the samurai sword and stuff. But at the same time, that doesn't seem to be the way that CSG operates. And the trickery, no, surely not actually, because the trickery and subterfuge of, yeah, no, that's it, Toaster, exactly. the trickery and subterfuge of trying to get them to surrender their powers and stuff beforehand. I don't know what this bow's all about. He must... I don't know. I just have no idea anymore. Like what? 2 weeks ago, we were fighting sharks in the air on an airplane. We're fighting flying ice sharks and a typhoon man, and now we're here with a ninja. I don't know. What the fuck? I don't know. You know, she does look good. That's a good point, Danny. I don't know. This series has shown me that I have no clue anymore. It also feels like everybody and their mum has come up with the idea of putting "Oh no, he's hot" in response to this, because it just goes to show. It goes to show that we all live the same goddamn lives. Right? Because, like, this is exactly the goddamn thumbnail for this video. It's a trap. Oh no. I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Yeah, Tatsu knows what's going on. Does he, though? Well, you can catch them on VODs, Ben, you know? It's the SpongeBob brain rot. You're quite right. SpongeBob brain rot is very deeply in here. Yeah, I don't even think that Tatsu knows what's going on half the time. But, I mean... yeah, I think that surrendering to save somebody is like an admission of defeat almost, though, right? A real typhoon man of a fumble. Yeah. That is good. There is the art of this series is so good. I don't know how this is like a weekly series, right? Like, I'm looking at the 2-page spread of the ninjas and stuff. It's just so good. It's so good. It just looks so excellent all the time. You know, they never miss with it. What, we're fighting ninjas, man. What is happening anymore? I just want Momo to be normal. I just want Momo to be normal. I just... It's been so long. It's been so long since she's been normal sized. She'll never see it coming. No. Some kind of phantom thief. I'll tell you what. The week that she becomes normal sized again, that's gonna go crazy. That stream is gonna be like, you know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm gonna tell you, and keep this between us, all right? Don't go telling anybody else in the Discord. By the way, guys, Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member, and you get access to the Discord, so that you cannot tell them this. Over the next few weeks, I'm gonna start collecting little bits and bobs, okay? So that when the week happens, that she becomes normal, we're gonna have a party, okay? I'm gonna put up banners. I'm gonna have party poppers. I'm gonna have a cake. Whatever. Yeah, it's gonna be a whole thing. It's gonna be a whole thing. Maybe I'll bring some real life rookie cookies. So when they get back together, we're gonna be ready, and it's gonna be a fucking celebration. All right, we're gonna do that here. Take note of this, guys. Let's take note of this. A parody of there's basically just a party. Just go to a party. Alright, party poppers. I'm gonna get everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, get a little banner up. Get a little banner. It'll probably say happy birthday on it, but like, it'll probably say happy birthday on it, but like, you know. Yeah, why not? Why not? We'll do a whole thing. Yeah, we'll do a whole thing. Why not? Why not? And we'll do an extended Q&A period as well. We can do like whatever. We can just have a nice little shindig kind of thing. All right? Yeah, happy big day. Yes, I like that a lot. Yeah. A large portion of land on fire as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be important that we're all off on that day. I don't know. We'll do something. Guys. We'll make it a special thing. Okay? We'll make it a special thing. So yeah. That's probably gonna be weeks and weeks and weeks away. It can't be that long. We're probably talking within 2 months. Within the next 2 months, we're gonna be there. Right? Within the next 2 months, we'll be there for sure. Them getting together, I don't know. I'm gonna have to really think about that. We'll see how the party goes down first, guys. We'll see how the party goes down first. You want to know my social security number? I don't think that we don't call it a social security number over here. You know, mine's 10011101110011001100110010101. Haha, now your toaster is alive. You fool. You shouldn't have let me say that code. Now your toaster is alive. Yeah, that stream will go crazy. In fact, when they get together, guys, I'm gonna have to do something special. Guys, when that happens, I'm gonna have to do something special. When they eventually get together, it's probably gonna have to be some kind of. I'm not gonna tell you. No, I nearly revealed it. I know what I'm gonna do. Oh yeah. Is that doable? It is. It is doable. That's mine too. Bongo cat emote. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna tell you. I almost told you there. I like to riff ideas, guys, but I almost told you there. 24-hour stream. Hell no. Yeah, I know. I can't help myself. No, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep that one up here for me. I'm gonna keep that one up there for me just now, right? Like. I don't remember. I put a the Momokaroon meal. I put I don't remember what half of the things. I mean, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Where are we? We're at. Let me just check. Subscriber wise, 3,972 subs. So we're not far off of 5,000. And when we hit 5K, I believe I said I'd eat pizza, but like the way, you know, the proper way, right? Like the proper way of doing it. So that kind of feels almost anticlimactic, doesn't it? Right? 5K. Oh my god, I did say that for 10K, didn't I? 10K is a bit low. 10K might be a bit low for that. Oh my god. Why do I talk? Why do I say things? Like, I'll do it, but it's like, I don't know why I said that. What a terrible, terrible thing to do. I don't mind them not being properly together, like having admitted how they feel about each other and then just trying to work out how to respond to that, like what to do there prior to actually being together, I think is a really nice kind of middle ground. I don't think they need to label it necessarily. I don't think that they need to necessarily label it. But it would be nice to get something a little bit more than what we currently have, if that makes sense. I could switch them. No, I'm not switching the maid in the karaoke goals. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No way. No way. No, I think that they... I don't know. To me, like, I don't think that they necessarily need to... I think the feelings being out in the open... I think the feelings being out in the open is a space that they can exist within that doesn't need to necessarily be categorized, right? Not immediately anyway. You know, I don't think keeping that going for another 100 chapters is necessarily the way to go. I don't think you need to keep that going for another 100 chapters, but for like maybe 20 chapters or 25 chapters, because that them both confessing and being both aware of the fact that they know that they like somewhat secure in the fact that the other person feels what they thought that they feel, or reciprocates their feelings in a verbal kind of way, is a degree of security that it produces its own little moment and its own little dynamic. I don't know if it works like that in Japan though. I don't know if it works like that in Japan, right? I think that once you've confessed, you kind of are boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't know, but yeah, no, they are basically kind of a couple, right? But like only in not in the not outwardly, right? Right. Right. So confessing, is that the same thing as confessing feelings? Kokuhaku. Romantic feelings of starting a romantic. Right. Oh yeah, pomade. Forget about pomade again. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I personally quite like the idea of them being close. Oh, thanks for joining the Discord, by the way, Old Toaster. Appreciate that, and I'm excited to catch you in there. I quite like sort of unlabeled stuff. I feel that there's a lot of potential in things being unlabeled to create really interesting moments between characters. But like again, I wouldn't want it to drag in that capacity, if that makes sense, right? But perhaps that's just my Western brain. Maybe that's just my Western brain, because over here it's not quite as I think that there's a little bit more wiggle room in like having things very specifically named as something. Okay, right. I know how to turn off thingy now, by the way, guys. How to turn off streamer mode. I've got it nailed. Right. So let me just find my way over to the thing, and I believe that there's also somebody who's not in the Discord who is a member of the Yokai tier on YouTube, which is quite unique, really. Which is quite unique. Power user. There we go. Right, guys. Okay. So, this is a bit where I... only took me 2 weeks. No, I do it on the night. This is a bit where I just quickly cover and shout out the people who are on the highest tier Patreon. Well, members and Patreon. I don't know. I feel like it always comes with some degree of prelude regarding the fact that I can't believe people are supporting the channel monetarily like this. But it's very important to me that you guys do that. It means a lot. It's, again, difficult to fully conceptualize and to express the way that it kind of contributes to everything that I do. But it's very important, guys. So thank you. So that's Angle, Blissy Cat, Burlap Sack, Danny, Fifth Gram, Generally Jellies, Hoopster, Inspiring Bootuber, Mother Support, Orbis, Sarah, Serpo, Wolf is also a silly guy, Tim Kai, and Zach Not Found. Guys, you're crazy. I don't know why you do it. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I honestly, I only set up the Patreon. It's the same with the Discord. I only set it up as like a kind of like that's what I should do thing. You never really anticipate that anybody will actually use it. I don't know. You never expect that anybody's gonna actually do it or use it, and it's I don't know. It's an overwhelming thing. I don't know. I just don't fucking know, man. It's something that you can't, you know, anticipate in any capacity. So fully appreciate it. You know, it means a lot to me. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I hear what you mean, Tuma, but I think that there is enough awkwardness there. I think that there is enough awkwardness there for them to spend a few chapters, like 5 or 6 chapters, having not known where to go next, right? Like, how do you transition a relationship that is ostensibly rooted in, outwardly anyway, outwardly in friendship, to one that is now a romantic one? And for both of these two, it's the first time that they've really felt something real, right? Like, how do you do that? Do you just start? Is it just go, right? There's a transition period there where I think even starting to open that kind of door to things publicly is going to be a bit of a step for them. I mean, that, and even the friends, is going to create a rift in the friendship group as well. That's worth remembering, because of Ida and Gigi is going to have an impact. So figuring it out privately is one thing, and then figuring out how to express these things to people around them is another thing as well. Yeah, Okuru needs to express physically and Momo needs to express emotionally. Of course, that's a really good way of putting it, yeah. They're coming from different sides of the aisle and they're trying to meet in the middle. I don't want it to be dragged out either, but at the same time, I would love to spend a decent amount of time on them figuring it out. You know, that's the kind of stuff that I feel like we've kind of not had a lot of recently. Not since literally since the beginning of the year, where Momo told Okurun to not cheat on her. Right? That's the closest that we've had to a development. Or perhaps Momo and Okurun talking when everybody else walked off in the hallway. It kind of felt like that was like a really unique kind of like personal moment, which they intentionally sought out to do that away from their friendship group because they have a unique bond. That's really nice, that kind of stuff. It's been ages since we've seen that, and so taking some time to slow things down a bit so that they can figure things out would be quite nice. But I suspect that whatever this arc is leading to is going to create a situation, perhaps, not that things get postponed, but in which their feelings might again continue taking a little bit of a back seat. Like, I mean, obviously, I don't know. I don't want to guess. I don't want to guess at this point. I think that this arc is going to be, it's going to have a hell of a climax to it. There's a lot of things. Takagura, you know? No, yeah, exactly. There's a lot of things that need to get tied up, but also there's a lot of things that are uncertain at the moment. I think my concern is that something bad has to happen by the end of this, I think, because the way that Okarun looked at her before he left, it was that kind of like, something's going to happen look. And the fact that Momo mentioned that she was nervous when they were in the car feels like a bad omen as well. I don't know. I mean, I kind of think that I mean, like, all the stuff that I said previously about my theory is still where I'm at with it, right? And I've been pretty attached to that since the get-go. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a little bit nervous. That's it. There is a sense of dread. That's a really good way of putting it, Toaster. You know what it is? Never has the end goal been so clearly defined for us, right? Like all of these, part of the reason that I think a lot of people connect with Momo and Okarun's thing is that it happened out of nowhere, right? It just kind of happened, and all of the way that they express themselves through physical actions have been very spur of the moment. Even Momo leaving the note for him was like a spur of the moment thing. It was like writing it before she even realized what she had written, right? The exact nature of what you do with that and how you proceed with that is almost impossible to know, right? That's just the nature of these things. But Okarun laying everything on the table at the end of the Damara arc and just being like, guys, like this is basically like saying to everyone, to the reader, that there is nowhere else to go from here, to hide from here. It's clear that how he feels is on the table now. And that was an incredible moment. And for him, all that's left is to do it properly again, now that when she gets back to normal. The goal has never been so clearly in sight and well defined as it is right now. And that's where that dread is coming from, is the fact that it's like all that's left is to just get to the end of this, and it's all there. It's all at the other end. It's like the end of a race. And that's what's terrifying about it, because tripping up now means all of that just goes, right? Tripping up now, when it's so clearly in sight, feels like it's something that is like terrifying. That's a terrifying prospect. And everything that we've seen so far, all these roadblocks on the way, makes it feel like we're never going to get there. But we know what there is. And that's the worst part about it, is that they just need to confess again. I just think that right now, because of the fact that we know what's there, it's kind of like easy. It would be easy for them to swipe that away from us. You know? I do think that there'll be an element of missing this kind of thing when it's over as well. I think you're quite right. seeing things grow is exhilarating. You know, the subtext of reading between the lines of relationships is in a lot of ways more enthralling than direct answers are typically. It doesn't mean that it's not going to be more fulfilling or as fulfilling when we actually get to that stuff, depending on how it's written. I don't know. I mean, I want to see them as a thing before the end. I don't want it to just end on them getting together, that kind of thing. And I think it'll be nice, but I mean, I guess it's the question for any relationship, isn't it, really? It's not just these two, it's just the reality of things. You can see, as long as it's written in a way that provides us with some depth, you know? Now, I'm quite glad that Dandadan works how it works when it comes to its various arcs. It feels like everything is a lead-on, like a natural lead-on from the last thing. I do wish that there was a little bit more slice of life in there occasionally. But, I mean, what can you do? You know? Like... I do wonder why. I don't know. I don't want a time skip. Time skips are really lazy. Time skips are lazy as hell because it's just, unless there's a really good reason, it's just a way to hit the reset button and to redesign the way that your characters look. It's like, oh no, but now he's got like long hair, right? No, there won't be a time skip. No way. There won't be a time skip. That would be absurd. That would be absurd for something like this. Maybe for something where it's like there's a really big world or whatever, but no, I don't think there will be like a proper time skip here. Like years, right? Yeah, you're right, Toaster. I agree. I think that a time skip would be a terrible idea. I feel like that would be the worst idea possible. You know, no way. I don't know. I don't even need a whole arc. I just need a little bit of a reprieve. I think from the stress because the as soon as the space globalist thing was over, it was immediately into the ombudsman. Then it was straight into the Damara arc, and now we're here. It's like there's been no minute break. There's just not been a break for even a second. I just want them to do a school fair, you know, like in the ED. Like in the ED. That's what I need. Is I just need like a school fair. You know, maybe a little bit of them planning it, and maybe a alien attacks or a cryptid attacks, and that happens, and it's like, oh no, we need to defeat him. We need to defeat the Bigfoot. We need to defeat the Bigfoot, or he's gonna get his feet in the cake mix or something. It's like, yeah, no, that's fine. It's like, oh no, Bigfoot destroyed the cake mixer. We need to do it by hand, and then Okrun goes into his yokai form and uses an all out to mix the cake batter together. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. You know, that would be great. That'd be great. That'd be amazing. You know? Maybe Momo has to use her powers to to hold the bowl while Okrun uses both of his hands to mix it. That kind of thing. And then it's like, I'll do an analysis on that. A retold of that. It'll be great. We'll all have a great time with it. Yeah, a Christmas thing, whatever. You know? Like, Like maybe that's like we just see that, like it's just that we could just see their first date kind of thing, right? Okarun's late because he spent silly Okarun. He got in his head about it again as usual, and he wanted to pick the perfect flowers for her, and so he was late for the date. So he has to use his all out to run across Kamigoye City to get to her house in time. And when he gets there, because he ran so fast, the flowers got ruined in the end. And it's like, oh no, Okarun, you silly bastard. And then Momo finds it funny because that's endearing and that's really Okarun, and he's really apologetic about it. And she could just pick up a little dandelion or something and pop it in her hair and pretend that that's from him, and she'll go, that's perfect. That kind of thing. Easy slice of life right there. Give me that omaki now, man. Tatsu, come on, call me up. What's going on, dude? I'll write it. Dude. If you want, you can keep doing your thing, man. You could draw the art for it. We'd be a team, dude. I get it, man. Just let me. Just let me help. God damn it. Just let me help. Come on. That was perfect. And that was off the dome. Nobody steal that. That's mine. Nobody steal that. That's mine. Look what I built for you. Let me write it. I'm fine. I'll tell you what, though. That was good. I actually really want to see that. I don't have time to write it right now, okay? But when I have some time on the side, maybe I'll do it. I probably won't. I never get around to anything. But you know, like I could probably do it. You know. My point is, I'd just like to see some slice of life stuff. That's all. Simple as that. Commission one of the writers. No. No, it's my idea. That's my idea. You're not having it. Yeah, of course I'm not chill about it. I'm not comfortable with any of this waiting business. I hate waiting for stuff. Alright? The only difference is that the longer that this keeps going, the more that I can keep creating content. I've already well, I can't actually, never mind. Can't tell you that, actually. Can't tell you that. I know there's so much stuff there. I know that there's so much stuff in the Discord. It's just, I just don't have time for anything, and I feel really bad because it's all just sat there in the Discord. Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member and it'll get you access to the Discord. Best place on the internet for Dandadan. We have a fanfiction section as well where everybody's writing really cool stuff that I don't read because I'm making the content. I'm building this monument. I'm building this body of work. For them. For Tatsu. I'm building this body of work for Tatsu and for Momokurun. Alright? In their honor. Okay? This is nothing more than a shrine. None of this is more than a shrine. Ignore the Cowboy Bebop section. Willie, I've waited decades for Hideo Kojima to notice me. And nothing. Alright? How am I... Tatsu probably doesn't even watch the videos. He love them. He'd love them. Tatsu would love the videos, I'm sure of it. If he'd just sit down and watch them. Oh, I'm glad that you like the bebop section, Toaster. Reading. I can read, you know. I know how to do it. Honestly, I do know how. Alright, that's not my reason. That's not my reason. I do know how to read, guys. Ask me to read anything, I can do it. I can do it, I just don't want to right now. Kojima loves Dandadan. Kojima fucking loves Dandadan. He keeps posting about it on his... He keeps posting about it on Insta. He posted that he was listening to On the Way. That is incredible, Usa. That's a hell of a compliment. Famously can't read. I can read, and I don't know where you read that. Alright, I use my... eyes? Eyes. Yeah. I use my eyes. I've got perfect vision as well. I've got perfect vision. I've got 2010 vision. I can see double as good as anybody else on Earth. Famously, I can see through lead. You didn't know that. Maybe you didn't know that, but I can. I can see through lead. So that's crazy. Toaster. Between 0 and 10. Somewhere between 0... a number between 0 and 10. Yo, what up, man? Hey, that's not true. I know how. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I got you. Can't believe we picked... It's nice that every time that we do one of these streams, we always pick up... we always pick up a new member, which is really great. I'm a big fan of that. Toasters don't have fingers. Exactly. I always enjoy that people stick to the bits, by the way. Blessy's a cat. My boy, Old Toaster, he is an old toaster. Alright, Tuma, catch ya. What's the leaderboard looking like? Ferry, Blissy, Danny. Apparently you're all tied currently. How bizarre. Yeah, I've met you in person. I know that you're a cat. It's crazy. The resemblance to Morgana is uncanny. Yeah, 10-way tie. Whatever, I guess. Yeah, the resemblance to Morgana is uncanny. Genuinely, yeah. Well, it's not my fault that you look just like Morgana, is it? Yeah. Yeah, Natchan and I have both met Blissy, and we know that she's a cat. It's a fact. It's not a bit. I thought it was a bit. A hyper-intelligent rabbit. There you go. That's really cool. Never been so insulted in all my life. Yeah. That's like meeting a rabbit and saying, you look just like Bugs Bunny. Do you know what I mean? It's like, is that the only rabbit that you could attach yourself to? Has anyone ever told you look just like Bugs Bunny? You know? Has anyone ever told you look just like Morgana from Persona 5, the animation? Has anybody ever told you look just like Morgana from Persona 5 X, the Phantom X? If Blussy's a cat, I'm Michael Cat's cousin's friend's dog's brother. Well, that's very confusing. That's a very confusing family tree. That's a good point. That's a good point, actually. Isn't it like 20 to 1 where you are, Nachan? Bug's a very respectable figure in our community. Yeah, we look up to him. We look up to him as what he's evidence of what a bunny can do when he sets his mind to it. Crazy that you're awake. It's crazy that you're awake right now. I've got some really cool stuff coming up on the channel, guys. I'm probably going to be heading off in a few minutes. I'm going to try to next week, guys, I'm going to try and roll back in the activity section of the stream to the best of my ability. To the best of my ability. Just because it would be nice. It would be nice to get back to doing that. I don't know how Ben is first. And Nachan is now third. I don't know. Go figure. But yes. Old bunny folk. Yeah, you've almost if you stay up just a bit longer. If you stay up just a bit longer, Nachan, you would have survived the whole stream. Yes. It's because Ferry donated. It's because Ferry donated cash money. But what was I saying? Yes, so I've got some ideas that I'm working on right now in the background. One of them is, or two of them are video related. One of them I would like to get. I would like to get it done this week, ideally, maybe for Saturday, if that's at all possible. And then the other video I'd like to spend just a little bit more time on to get that out by the end of the Cursed House arc in the anime. So it's going to take a bit of work. Yeah, I don't know why. Just animals follow me. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's just more comfortable that way, you know. But besides that, guys, there's a lot of other things that I'm currently working on as well. One of them, it would be really nice to get out for that second video, depending on how quickly I can get stuff sorted. But it's the kind of thing that takes a little bit of work to get off the ground. Quite excited, quite keen to get that done. And I hope that that's something that you guys will also like when it's ready. Which is, again, a little bit hush hush just now, because you never know when something's going to actually work out, if that makes sense. Beyond that, there's obviously I want to work on getting the Minecraft server sorted out, so that we can get some time in there, stuff like that. Yeah, under promise, over deliver, exactly. But again, that is at odds with everything else that's happening on the channel. At the end of the day, there's just one guy. It's just me. I am landing on the notion that it may cost. There'll probably be an upkeep cost for me for the Minecraft thing, as well as an element of time spent on it to keep it performing and to keep it, you know, checked out, moderated and stuff like that. And in order to do that, I'm probably gonna keep it Serpo tier onward, right? So what I might open it up occasionally to unpaid tiers, but for now, the most likely scenario is that Serpo tiers Serpo tier through to well, any paid tier would be one that is accessible to that. So I mean, the Serpo tier is as affordable as I can. In fact, it's been a minute since I've had a look at that, but I think it's like £2, £3, something like that. Yeah, £3 on here, and the same on Patreon. Yeah, I don't really have the time or energy or resources to mess around with sorting out as a home solution, especially for something that may or may not last for a long time, depending on the uptake from other people. So it would be a probably like a paid thing, with the potential for occasional, with occasional crossover with free members, but I wouldn't rely on that. But again, I'm gonna try and actualize this in some capacity as I go, with hopefully, using the information that Bernardo has provided me kindly with to get this off the ground. And then, yeah, I mean, you can join, you cannot. Again, it's not really going to change anything in regards to the channel. It's just a fun extra thing that can only exist because of the fact that there are people who are paying for to support the channel. If that wasn't there, this wouldn't exist. Therefore, it's like an extra additional thing that's exclusively for paid channels, that kind of thing. I'm sure you understand. I would really like to build, yes, I would like you all, first project actually, because we could have community projects on there as well, which I'll be very excited for. The first project for me would be probably to build the Ayase house. Second one would be to build Patch's house from the Emperor's New Groove, and then I can destroy it and build Cuscotopia, complete with water slide. That sounds very fun to me. But the first job would be building the Ayase household. Yes, that as well. Yes, Natch. We must be silent. We must be silent. But yes, lots of different things. And a temple. Look, guys, you guys already know. Look at you guys. You've already got ideas. You've already got lots of ideas. These can all be community-driven projects that we will get around to in time. Eric, I will, when this arc finishes, Eric, we will have a proper roundup of all the stuff in the arc. So far, for me, the best stuff in the arc up until now has still been the gym stuff with Ida. Top tier stuff. The stuff with Koki, amazing. It doesn't get any better than that. That was top tier stuff. No, I don't play creative. I don't play creative. Come on, you have to earn it. You need to be down in the mines, guys. All right. Well, this is going to be a society that is layered. All right. We're going to have classes, different classes of people. I'm going to definitely consider myself to be a kingly individual. Also, we will build a prison out of bedrock, out of the, and then we can just teleport people into that. Brand, there's going to be a class system. I'm sorry. It's going to be me. And then it's going to be the chosen few, and then everybody else. Yeah, that's right. And if you don't like it, no, it's okay, Eric. I'll probably dabble in creative to build the prison, and then I will put people in it. I will teleport them into it when they've been bad, when they've done something wrong, i.e. support. Support will be sent there frequently. I only want creative to build my master plan, Brand. Brand, it feels like you need some re-education. Okay, but it's okay because we offer that. We offer that re-education for sure. Yeah, physical timeout. Yeah. It would also be good to get a proximity chat solution as well involved. Inner circle. Yeah, Usa. There's no reason that you're not in the inner circle. Depends on it really depends on what people say, which will determine whether or not they're in the inner circle. But that's it's not here, neither here nor there. You know. I know, Toaster. I know. He's really pushing it. He's really trying to see how long it can be until how much I'm willing to accept from Employee of the Week. Because an Employee of the Week wouldn't talk like that. An Employee of the Week wouldn't talk like that. All right? He'd understand the rule of law and order that got him into the position that he's in. You are there by the grace of me. Well, you found where they lie. You found the boundaries. Say one more word out of place, and I will pass it on to somebody else. I'll pass it on to Usa. If you'd say one more word. Yeah, see? That's it. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. I'll do it. This Michael chap. Yeah, he's pretty chill. He's a chill guy. He's just a chill guy. Yeah, so. Yeah, so I hope that we understand each other slightly better now. He doesn't need to get anything. Alright, now you're pushing it because I know what you're doing. Because I know what this is. Alright. I'm good at Devil May Cry 5. I'm good at it. Exactly, Ben. He's quite right. Right. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna call it there. You know what, Nachan? It looks like you made it. Can we get a response from Nachan in the chat before we leave, just to confirm that she did in fact make it? Oh, say hi. Oh yeah, Nachan, you made it. And you know what? Nachan, get yourself a rookie cookie. Get Nachan a rookie cookie, chat. In fact, I'll do it now. I'm gonna sort out a rookie cookie for you. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I will see you in the Discord. But beyond that, guys, if you're not in the Discord, Sarah, yeah. If you're not in the Discord, guys, Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member. And yeah, I believe, by the way, Zach, if you're in the Discord, let me know in Discord so that I can make sure that you are Yokai Power tier, because you get access to certain areas of the Discord. But anyway, cool. Right, guys, catch you. Bye.